look at this golden white sandy beach. Nice sunset on the horizon. Could be in the Maldives, but we're not. We're in the south of France, and that's our bivvy for tonight. We're not fishing here. The aim is to actually fish over the other side somewhere, but we need it's a boat trip to get to there with all the gear, and it was a little bit too windy today. Tomorrow morning though, it's calming off, and we'll be heading off on yonder shore. But tonight we're just going to enjoy a bottle of wine, some good company with Jim and Shaz, and watch the sun go down. What a beautiful scene. Yeah, on a beautiful lake. Well, the vans have been unloaded and the boats are loaded up at the ramp, ready to go. We've got enough gear, well, to last a whole year, I reckon. But yeah, we're not used to loading up boats anymore. We're used to having a van behind us, I suppose. But there we go, they're all loaded up and ready to go. So let's head on our way. Go up and meet up with Jim now. Well, we've landed. Just got the blockhouse up and Jones just making a cup of tea, which I really need. It's lovely though. Oh, it's hard work, so much gear. Jim and Shaz just down on the corner there. And this is us. It looks absolutely lovely. Oh, it's so private here. You can only get to this bit by boat. And I know that it drops off quite quick out there, which is different to a lot of the lake round here, where it just goes out shallow for a long way. So interesting, different area. I know Jim fished here before with Darren, I think, and they had some decent fish. So funny enough, just bumped into Alex Perrin, an old friend from a long time ago. It's lovely to see him, and he was just coming in to the boat ramp as we was coming out, so it's only a brief chat. But apparently he's had a couple of 40s. He's fishing over the other side, where we actually stopped last night. I think we might have actually seen him out in the boat, but apparently, yeah, he's had a couple of 40s. I'm not sure if he said last night or in total, but either way, good angling, and well, nice to see him. But hopefully we can have a few here as well. Right, cup of tea time. I've literally just walked out to where the weed starts, so I'm wondering whether to put one this side of it. It's difficult to know. I mean, it's shallow all the way out there. You can see how far I am from the bivvy back there. It's a good, well, probably more than 100 yards, and it's just over waist deep. It just starts to drop off here. Yeah, hard to know. There's definitely, I don't know if you can hear me now, but there's definitely fish in and around this weed. It's Sunday, so there's lots of boats about, people canoeing, but we are sort of on a quiet bit of the lake, certainly on quite a bit of the bank, but obviously boats can get anywhere, so yeah, there's boats about all over the place. Yeah, they're 16.3 and the weed stops. There's always predator anglers wherever you go in the world, wherever you go in France. There's predator anglers, isn't there? Drifting into my markers. Nice, feels nice and firm down there. Yeah, that's lovely. 16 foot just over the weed. That'll do. They've got a great big boat that they can go anywhere on this great big lake, and they see me markers, they watch me dropping a bait, and what they do, drift straight over and pick me line up. Absolute nightmare, aren't they? Did they do it on purpose? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, I'll just give up. It's just something they always do, isn't it? And it seems like once they fix up your line, they're happy, then they can go and annoy someone else. Well, it was a hectic day yesterday getting up the lake, and yeah, you just hope that you've done things right, and well, it's always good to get the first one, and yeah, thankfully just a little while ago that happened with this one. Lovely 36-pound mirror. It's lovely, isn't it? Oh, you know, on these great big waters, yeah, I mean, you could be miles from a fish, literally miles. And you just hope that you know, you do what you can. They don't really show much on here, so we've not seen fish showing. We just know it's a good area, and you know, you do your best to put rods on good spots, and then, you know, just hope that the fish are there, basically. And sure enough, yeah, to get one like this first night is a good sign. Hopefully there'll be more to come, but that's absolutely lovely, isn't it? A big lake, nice big mirror, lovely stuff. Mwah. It's handy to have two boats for getting all the gear up the lake, and actually handy having two engines. So I've got a little Suzuki petrol outboard, 2 horsepower, and that's so good for getting up and down the lakes. It's not using up the battery power, and it does get you up and down the lake a lot quicker, but that leaves like a full battery to use when you're actually in the swim. Then you use the electric outboard and the battery for doing all the work in the swim. But the solar panel, I can get the battery fully charged every day. So, you know, it's the best of both worlds, really. So, yeah, the petrol outboard's just for getting to and fro from the marina, which is quite a long way down the lake there. And then the electric one for actually the work in the swim. But they both have the uses, and yeah, just make life easier.
Living it large, I love it.
Well, 2 nights in and we're on the move. Just getting my markers in now. I mean, there's literally miles of night fishing bank here, and there's 2 guys gone in about, well, they're fishing about 50, 100 yards from my marker, but putting loads of bait out on the big line. And the fact that, well, they're sort of blocking off that side really, and I know it's a public lake and everyone can fish wherever they want really, but get the markers in and we're going to go over that side. And we've still got 4 nights left, so just get the X block in. There we go. It's going to be a shame because we're leaving Jim and Sharon behind, and we obviously enjoyed their company, but like Jim says, well, we come here to fish and I've got to fish, so well, that's it, we're on the move. So we'll get going and see you on the other side. Here we go, all loaded and off on our travels. Well, here we are. This is our new home. Bit tight for the blockhouse in there, but I've got it up. But it's not very secure in the sand. A bit soft, but there we go. Oh, it looks lovely though. Going to get a nice sunset here, I think. It's bright and red hot at the moment, but oh, it looks lovely. Look at that lovely beach. No one else along this whole night stretch, which is a good sort of 3/4 of a mile, maybe a mile, I don't know, probably is a mile, all to ourselves. So we're going to get out there now and find some spots. Oh, it's a beautiful evening, really is. I wish I'd got done sooner so I could sat there and enjoyed the sun going down, but I've seen it anyway, and it is it's beautiful out there, it really is. Wow, screaming run. Just had breakfast, just having a cup of tea, and he's gone hammering off. Just hope it's a carp, not a catfish, because it was a belting run. Right, it's been a long way, but I've nearly caught up to where he is, I think now. Switch the engine off. Oh no, after all that. Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some. I suppose I was always due a catfish or two, as there's loads of them in here. Well, at least that was easy. Oh, it was a hard day yesterday. It was a long move. It was 10:30 before I got my rods out eventually, but it was all worth it because we got one, and not a big one, but a lovely clean wild common. He's absolutely scale perfect. He's lovely, and it's a long way out to the spots. It's a lot more shallow over this side, and to get out to the spots it's a long way, but there we go. It's worth it, isn't it? When you get a fish at the end of it, it's all worth it. Right, it's getting back, get the rod back out, and yeah, sit here in the sunshine today. It's going to be a warm day today, a bit stormy perhaps, but yeah, another nice day on the lake. Well, I haven't long put this rod out actually. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, an early start to the night. We had a great big storm earlier, real big storm. It's calmed down now, so it's a nice time to get the baits out, and most of the action's night time, so I tend to get them out just on dusk. And yeah, I mean, I'd only been out there about half hour, I should think, this one, and it's gone off. There we go, good start. Who knows, might be a busy night. If it carries on like this, maybe the storm's got them going. That's good anyway. Well, I just had another one, managed to get it in from the bank because this is the scene outside the bivvy door. There's storm raging, waves coming up to the doorway, so yeah, I'm just going to unhook this one and let it go. It's a Mirror mid-20s, nice one, but not much I can do at the moment, so here we go. The storms kept going for most of the night really, so once the rods had gone off I didn't try and get them back out because it was just too rough out there. Yeah, there was a few fish, no real big ones that night, 20 pounders, but yeah, a couple of nice mirrors, which yeah, I kept one to photograph in the morning. Lovely fish, and then yeah, after the storms it was a pretty nice day, still a bit windy in places, but plenty of time to get bait sorted out, ready for the night ahead. You know, I was in no rush to get the rods out, and I knew that the best chance for a take would be sort of later on, either evening or into the night, so I just took my time getting everything prepared. I'd found some pretty good areas out there and I had them marked with the X blocks so that they were easy enough to find. Funny enough, from the boat they weren't that obvious, but once I put the drone up in the shallow clear water, that they looked so clear and obvious from above. Yeah, I was looking for places around the weed, and this one was a lovely hole right in the weed, looked perfect, and it was really a good spot. So I got the rods out that evening and just waited to see what would happen that night. There we go, that's the best one from the swim so far, 36 1/4, and it was the start of a run of action. I found that little spot out there, that hole in the weed, and I thought I'd stick with it really, just keep getting the rod back out on the spot. Because it's at range, you know, the fish only got a kite and there's a few tree stumps and different things out there, and invariably they're going to hit one of them, so I did have to go out in the boat and get this one. It was around a snag, seemed pretty solid, couldn't even feel the fish on there to be honest. But pulled from the direction I thought it would have gone round the snag, and up it popped, and this lovely mirror. So yeah, that's the good thing about those long shank claws. They stay in. Once they're hooked, they stay in, so you've got a chance. When the fish is snagged, you've got a chance to get it out. There you go, lovely mirror. Well, it might not be the biggest, but it's certainly the prettiest one. What an absolute cracker, eh? God, when I saw this one coming in, I saw that flash of scales. I thought that's, yeah, something a little bit special, you know, for a massive 9,000 acre lake and to get a, yeah, totally wild, fully scaled mirror. Yeah, that's a little bit special, isn't it? That is absolutely lovely. I actually got this one in from the bank as well, you know, it was a good scrap, screaming run. And, well, they've all been screaming runs, so they could have all been catfish the way they tore off, but there we go. This one's got some great big scars on it that have healed up well, but see the grey old scars on its sides, both sides actually. It may well have been a catfish attack from when this one was younger, and well, if it was, thankfully it survived to live today and to let me hold it for a while. I mean, it's just amazing when you look at the size of this lake how they ever actually find your bait, but they do. You put the bait out there on the right spots and they come along and find it, and you catch beauties like this. But it does make them special because it's such a vast bit of water, and yeah, things like this are living out there, and you might not see them for years. You know, who knows, might even be its first capture. You never know, do you? But either way, it's a lovely one, isn't it? Very happy. It was just one of those trips, and storms were never that far away. We can hear them rumbling around the region. And yeah, when I checked my phone, there was severe weather warning for our region. Well, it was heading our way, and sure enough, yeah, it wasn't that long before it hit us. We've experienced these storms so many times across France, and it's when you see that grey wall of mist coming down the lake at you, and everything disappears behind it, you know something serious is on its way. Is why we use the blockhouse. I mean, we've been out in some horrendous storms. That was a short but sharp one. Everything held up perfectly. Didn't even have to lower the canopy on the front. I tell everyone about the blockhouse, how good they are. It just shows how good they are. Oh, well, we had a bit of a lull after the storm where it was calm enough to get the rods out, so I've done that, and we've literally just had something to eat, and this one out in, well, it's the deep water rod. I found a 9-foot hole out there, and yeah, it's gone hammering off. Well, that was a performance. I've ended up having to come out in the boat. It was snagged, and it was actually wrapped round one of my other lines, which isn't surprising. I made a bit of a mess getting them out actually, but we got the fish. Right, I've got to try and get in now and not wipe the rest of them out. Well, it's the last evening, and we've had one big storm, and they're forecasting another 2. I can hear the rumbling. There's one on its way now, so get this done as quick as possible. But then about 3 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have another one. So it's going to be a bit of a sleepless night, I reckon. But there we go. Yeah, it's going to be a hard old drive back home tomorrow, I reckon. A tired one, but there we, all for the right reasons, because we're catching fish. Well, what a last evening. I literally only just got that rod back out and it's gone straight back off. I managed to get this one in from the bank and it felt heavy all the way in. It was good scrap. And yeah, at last, one over 40 pound. And a mirror too. I know last time I was here, I had a few, well, 3 40 pound commons. But this time we got a mirror. Oh, that's really made the trip. And I mean, talk about leaving it till last knock-ins. I mean, I'm actually going to leave that rod in now. If I put it out again, it's definitely going to go off. But we've got more storms, we've got a long drive tomorrow. Could do with a bit of kit. And I'm happy with that. So, that's made the trip, that is. We've had plenty of fish now, plenty of action. Mostly mirrors, just one common. But topped by that one, a 40 pounder. Yes, happy days. Well, this is it, pack up time. That was full up with water this morning, that boat. Thankfully, with the Volta case sealed unit battery, that was all right. But yeah, it's still a bit blowy. We're getting everything packed down. Still got the blockhouse up, but it's a little bit blowy to get out. Just hoping it's going to calm down in half hour or an hour. But God, what a week it's been, blimey. God, we had some storms last night. But a couple of really nice fish. It was lovely to finish with that 40 pounder. That was the last fish. I did have another take after that. Right in the middle of a really severe storm, and I just couldn't get out. Eventually it got weeded up and just come off that fish somewhere out there, unfortunately. Nothing I could do about that. But all in all, yeah, a really great week. I mean, this is big water fishing. That's what it's all about. Take the rough with the smooth, and I'll certainly take the fish. We had quite a few fish and some lovely ones too, so I'll settle for that. And yeah, we've loved every minute. Now just try and get back to base, which is somewhere down the bottom there, and head on our way again. So yeah, see you next time.